Well, hello there. Look at this. Hey, let me sync to your level here. Uh, Welcome to What's the Greatest? We play every video game ever, beat it, and then tell you where it ranks. It's the greatest game of all time. I am back, sans the partner in crime here, to finish up some unfinished business. Um, Also, standing, and I have a baby because the only way the baby will be quiet. We are here to finish Speed Devils. Oh boy, this is not been looking forward to playing this game for quite some time, but I mean, really, we got to finish up. Um, I'll tell you my plan of attack here. Um, I have a feeling that I'm going to lose races in the dark. And I think I have like 3 of the 5 races that take place at night. Hopefully, play through those 5. And when it refreshes and gives me new weather and new daytime, maybe I'll luck out and get some daytime ones. As with standard with Speed Devils, really the only game we've done this in. If I'm like 500 races in, and that's a very much exaggeration, but I will just speed up time. I would like to beat Speed Devils. I'm pretty sure all we have to do is we have to win enough races so that driver X challenges us to a one-on-one race so that I can take his car. And then from there, we're good to go. I'm gonna switch it over here. There will probably be pauses. Kids scream, need diaper changes, all that stuff. I'll edit all that stuff out. But let's try and knock this game out of our rotation. One less game to have to worry about. All right, I gotta switch it over. All right, I apologize for that. There was a fun recording snafu that I didn't catch until after I went to stop it to pause for baby crying. Let me recap you here. 2 races were done. Started with a nighttime Canada race. You saw me attempt this probably in the prior video when I quit and I said, haha, that's awful. And so I came in 4th. As you can see, it's not fun. I hate using the headlights. Even with my TV at full brightness, it does not help. It does not do anything. Yeah, did my best. I knew I was going to lose. I kind of resigned myself to losing at that point and just decided, well, hopefully I can win 3 out of the next 4. Hopefully I can win at least all the daytime ones and make a surprise nighttime victory. But we'll see. Followed it up, Sunset, New York. New York is definitely probably my favorite level at this point, mainly because it's so straight. Did that, took first, never trailed. Minor crashes, but obviously, like I said, never trailed. So we are now looking to move on. Aspen is probably realistically the night course that hopefully I can win. It's relatively straightforward. I've done it a couple times before. We'll see. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. It's kind of how I've been living my life. Can't remember which tires are. Snow tires are just for regular snow, and spike tires are for heavy snow. Light snow, less performance in rain or heavy snow. Spiked are heavy. The thing is, you don't actually know. By looking at that, Canada was heavy snow. Can't really tell. New York, Aspen. I could assume it's heavy snow. Just go standard. I'm honestly just gonna go standard. The thing is, the tires thing. whatever. I'm sure they're beneficial, but I don't know if picking the wrong tire is more of a negative than possibly picking the right tire as a benefit. I think your standard is, you're okay with standard. What I would honestly love to do, even though I don't think that's a possibility, I have one of be in second for the whole race. Just long enough where then I can use nitro to retake first towards the end of the race. Obviously that means doing pretty well performance up until then. Just snow cannons? I don't know what that was, but hope ride 2 first place races in a row going into another daytime race. They definitely took the pond shortcut. I'm not opposed to it. Not sure if it's a little bit easier to find. I don't know if I will take it because it's been a very long time since I've played this game. Obviously, we've been playing once a week, recording videos. We played soccer. We started Hybrid Heaven. Had a week where we literally just caught him up on games, including this game, but didn't really spend the time memorizing. How did he get? I don't know what shortcut he took there. Oh wow, that's a terrible reset. You know? We're gonna load, we're gonna try that again. I'm not above doing that, I'll be honest with this game. I feel like Aspen is a race that I could certainly win. Well, that was only the second lap. For the 900th time, we're continuing trying this stupid Aspen level. Every time I keep thinking, okay, got it. Don't need to fast forward. Then something Mario Kart-esque happens. And for anyone who's played Mario Kart, you know that feeling of, hey, I have the win pretty much locked up. All I have to do is drive, and then all of a sudden you go, oh, I guess not. Everyone had lightning bolts and blue turtle shells at the same time. I flipped an invisible wall on the third lap, which caused driver X to get ahead of me. Recovered, which I thought was very nicely, and used my turbo, but apparently not nice enough because he somehow teleported 3 miles ahead of me. And then, obviously, because of that, you get a little aggressive. Went into the pond shortcut, which pretty much needed to hit the speed burst on, and wouldn't you know it, rolled the car, causing me to restart all the way back out of position. Probably there are things that I don't remember what I said when tape was rolling and when I said when I'm going to fast forward, but I don't normally condone restarting races, restarting anything, you know. Take the bump on the chin, try again, fine. This game, making an exception. One, because I want to finish, and I would rather go into the next race, a daytime race, with 2 wins under the belt, presumably only needing to win a third, meaning that, you know, the Vegas race is last, the course that I really hate is less important, assuming I only need to win 3 out of 5. And that way, I don't need to restart the whole circuit and just hope for better day and night cycles. Oh, okay, so you can apparently get shot by those bullets. Never happened before, but I guess I was too far in the lead for that. Just enough to make driver X catch up. Very fussy babies. Win 2 laps. Always win 2 laps. Or the third. Take these shortcuts slow because flip a tree the wrong way and I'm rolling, and then I have to restart anyway. That really kind of hampers your shortcut if you have to take a shortcut at a slow speed. Yeah, but so other games that would come up, you know, and play that punishes you for losing, all for it. Lose will lose. You know, an example I think of is XCOM. You know, if people die, missions failed, all that kind of good stuff. And you play that game and we die and missions fail, and great. I feel like that adds to the story of the game. You know, okay, now here's a new set of rookies. Now here's tougher aliens, or we lost some good weapons. I don't think this game is quite on par with that, where losing essentially means, okay, great, I have to do 5 more races with same difficulty, and I've just spent more money to repair my car. Okay, good. 8th time's a charm, or whatever. Okay, so Hollywood, of course, that, well, I'm familiar with, has a lot of twists and turns. So we will see how that goes. Yeah, yeah, not damage my car. Sure. Does not look snowy. Apparently sunny. The only sunny day. It shouldn't need snow tires. We shall see. Hope here, like I said, win this race. We'll now have won 3 out of 4. I'm in whatever, 2nd, 3rd in Nevada, and be done with it. I believe that's one special race against Driver X. They clearly have nitro. Question is, how often do they get to use nitro? So, yeah. Alright. What is... Oh, okay. Whatever the fuck that was. This is oh, I should stand, huh? Look, this is gonna have to be a two-part episode. I'll condense it in one, but I am honestly too angry to continue playing this game. We're gonna play this game so I can sit. I am I get mad at games. Everyone does, but I am furious with rage at how this game is. Obviously, fast forward everything. This was a 20 seconds we get to this point, and then I'll cut it, and then it'll continue on. You won't even know if there's been two parts. But I need to stress that this game is shitty. I'll tell you that now before we ranked it. This game is the worst one. This will go towards the bottom of the list. It might not be the bottom, but it is going to be pretty fucking close. Here are the problems, right? One, no room for error. A racing game is fine. Crashing is a part of it. If you play Gran Turismo, fine, perfect, stay on the course. You want simulation racing. This is not anywhere close to a simulation racing game. Fucking Hollywood being destroyed, okay? You can't tell me if this is simulation racing. Two, no matter. The opponents. If, I don't know how to stress this. Your opponents need to have flaws. They need to make mistakes. They need to spin out. They need to crash into things. They need to lose control, whatever it is. They need to slow down around. I felt like literally every time I lost first place in the stupid Hollywood level, I had no chance of gaining it back because here I am trying to go faster to catch up, using nitro, using stuff like that. Can't take every corner flawlessly while hitting nitro and while doing everything. So driver X can, and then it defeats the purpose because slip into a crash, whatever it is, spin out way too easy. Especially if they're gonna have snow levels, fine. You want to spin out in snow levels, great. Have at it. It's snow. It's bad weather conditions. But spun out twice on the stupid Hollywood level in the same spot because reasons, whatever. Need to take stock to reassess. Like I said, this will all be one video. You'll see the conclusion. But yeah, it's gonna be, you're gonna see a shirt change, and you're gonna wonder why, and that's it. Because I cannot keep starting this race over. And I saw, and maybe you see in the fast forward, but at one point I just said, fine, fuck it, screw Hollywood, skipping it, again, try Nevada. Nevada night, you can't see anything. It's 10 times worse. It's basically beat Hollywood or start the whole circuit over because there's no way you're waiting first in Nevada. And so with that being said, then no fault to Speed Devils because they obviously don't anticipate you doing this, but Dreamcast, like PlayStation, like disc-based games, are very slow to load. That means loading into races. That means actually loading save games. So every time I'm losing a race and restarting and I'm loading and I'm like, hey, I just want to attempt again. There was a stupid, silly mistake. Soaking in rage. 5 minutes, 5 more minutes, 5. You just go, what? Done. I'm not going to try anymore. That's the point, I also got kids. Kids are crying, kids are screaming. It's dinner time. Hour or 2 hours of playing a game is fine, but I've literally done 2 races in that time. or 3, you know, when I didn't record New York, but literally, you know, I did Aspen 100 times over to get to this point. Oh, who am I kidding? You guys haven't seen New York or Canada, so you watch. It's been an hour of me recording just Aspen, and then how many ever attempts at Hollywood. It's hey, you know, I've said I'm going to beat games, no matter how difficult, annoying. I am going to come back. We are going to beat Speed Devils at some point, but I need to decompress because such a crap shit. And so when when I went in and I finished Nevada and it reloaded, still Canada, New York, Aspen, Nevada, and then they threw in Louisiana. And maybe Louisiana is better than Hollywood, but that was the 5th race of the circuit. While I remember Louisiana not being bad, not willing to take the attempt of playing 4 more races, hoping to get 2 wins on New York again and Aspen again, knowing that I'm not going to beat Canada and Nevada, then hope that I can beat them 5th. As painful as it is, it makes sense that I just try Hollywood 9,000 more times until I win. I already have 2. I'm done with this. Anyway, okay. That's it. Done. You'll see me next time playing this garbage game. Sorry about the language, but that's how I feel. Until then, this has been nothing. This isn't the end of an episode. Doodles. hello, welcome back. So, sorry that race was super quiet, because honestly I did not expect it. So, after yesterday, we restarted 110 times, what it felt like. I figured I'd try this morning and I would do what I can do, recording it the whole time, but they said so much to say. Once I fast forward and everything. I don't remember what I was saying yesterday, that went surprisingly well, and it inspired me smashing into their car more than it, of course. Hopefully, smashing it caused him spin out. It seems crazy. I'm sure they had it in Class A, but I feel like it lies in the boost, which it is what it is. Yes, but in accordance with basically no shortcuts. One screw up me. That's what was happening on. That's incredible frustration. Minor slip, making right turn, turning too early, hitting one of the admin then it's over. I would feel like an acceptance speech. I would not want to play. So, initially, part of the plan was I could not beat this course today. I'm going to forfeit all the courses, setting the for better out, more daytime courses. Maybe they should cycle out this one, what's in there. Anything hopefully mean that this isn't the course I have to win. But hey, it's over. Won it. That means I have now taken first place victories out of 5. That would mean that presumably I have won the majority of Class A, regardless of how this final goes. So I'm obviously going to save it. I'm not going to put my heart into the final race, A, because it's a nighttime course, which sucks enough, and because I don't know if it's required. Then, presumably, let's say that course is over, and our circuit is, we might have a chance to move on. Probably more pausing than normal. I'm in charge of both babies for the time being. The mic is probably picking up, cricket sound, some white noise behind. Baby strapped to my chest again. So we are on to Nevada again. Apologies that I did not record Canada or New York. That was a snafu. I can tell you, Canada, I only tried once. Fourth, nothing too exciting there. New York is easily my favorite course because it's a straight line, and have a car this fast. Actually gives you a chance. I fully expect Nevada here to be a 4th or 5th place finish. Start there from 600 miles up behind, and we'll move forward. Obviously, when trying to record any game, especially trying to beat every game, to want to capture everything, it sucks that those races are not captured. Try foul that I did. But somehow I feel like putting 8 hours of Speed Devils up on plenty. One of the things, obviously I don't look up cheats, I don't look up walkthroughs. That's not how you but it's just not fun. It's the element out of playing the game. But I will say, when my buddy was looking up the devil stuff on my behalf while I was texting him, the game was causing me to cringe. Did point out the fact that collecting video games and retro video games, and hey, that's great, dog or anything, but no one is playing. There's like 4 videos, everyone plays 25 to 30 minutes. It's usually arcade mode, not championship. Like 1 video of someone doing championship. That's all you get. So, it would stand to my belief be that most people played it for a little bit and then said, oh, alright, yeah, basic game, I'm done. It's not explored the depths of the game truly is. That's just truth. Where if everyone was required to beat this game, and I think I'm only playing it normally, there's a more difficult option. You're required to beat games before you run this game with you. Glowing reviews that are on the back of the case. Essentially like, whoa, this is a must-have Dreamcast game. I guess. Right now, I'm very down on the game. I don't know how it would be. What's any? I'll be real salty if it turns out I have enough points to challenge Driver X. And after that, you might see a page but taking the most victories in Class A lead to Drexel. We'll say that in an extensive research, in some extensive research, I did learn that there is a Class S after Class A. However, know this. I also informed me how much Speed Devils I truly had remaining. Class S is a endless mode. Everyone has the exact same car. That's Spectre that Driver X drives. Of course, it's ad nauseum. No way to win Class S. I'm going to say that by beating Driver X, after a one-on-one showdown, that is completion of beaten the best, as what the Kingpin, like the driver, made it seem at the very beginning of the game that the goal of the game is. So, okay. Realistically, let's come on, we got plenty of games to cover. We have plenty of racing games So going through a endless benefits to, well, you haven't until you class S and you got 3. Then I guess I'll never. Hoping to beat Driver X credits roll and say, pick game. Let's see, after this course, what happens? I don't even think I'm doing terrible, but besides that flip early in the beginning, it's the type of perfection. What's it? Hey, you were driving just okay. Still 100 pounds. I am battling second. Based on how I'm playing bumper cars up here, finishing graceful. They're here we go. Race is on. I don't know what course it's going to be his. I'm hoping New York. Amazing. Whereas I guess Aspen, another one I felt comfortable winning. Fourth, first, third. Take it. All right. New York. Oh, yes, thank you. All right, one lap. It's him. Straightaways. Tires on. No way you would know that there's. He didn't spin out more. Let's try that again, shall we? Thank God they let you save it right before you race in. Do we think it tipped? Know that there's snow tires now? Alvin's gonna do the same course, you think? Let's find out. Really, it's always New York. I can't ask for a better setup. Just executing. Well, okay. Had it too. That was the race. Was the race. I think it is safe to say now always New York, and it is always light snow, so I have the setup. Fully upgraded car that I can have. I have snow tires. I have full boost. One-on-one. It is the course that I want it to be. There's a grumpy baby behind me. On the left, cut it short. Alright, get some distance. Unacceptable. Tapping a taxi. I gotta let some drama. On the highway. More distance. Like, I feel like it's now not using boost. Used it in Hollywood. Based on the lead that I have, only hitting him once did not cause him to hard with. Hold on, buddy. Done. Final turn, boost through. Got it. Got this thing. Go! What will become of me now? Let's see. What is our victory? I think it just right into class ass. Congratulations! You made me a very rich man. Great. Made Kingpin rich man. He'll retire now. What a show. Hey, Washington. Next, you won't anymore, but you can let us have a shot at you. Competing in a special class. Meantime, I should be able to any monetary problems. Enjoy building a legend. Found your footsteps. Fuel match greatness for. Okay, done. That's it. That's the victory. I'm in Class S. Wow. 2 Nevadas. What a game, what a game. 2 Nevadas. I have the mystery. Woo! I'm gonna show you. No big deal. Start up a race. Let's see. What a letdown. It feels just like, guess what? Now you have to let other people take a shot at you. Okay. Then you got to do 5 courses, and you have to win again 3 out of 5. Sure. On you. Nope. That's it. This will load up. Everyone's driving the same stupid car. That's your challenge. No driver X, everyone in the mystery. Alright. Crime baby. Okay. So, had to get some kids fed, some diapers changed. We're done. We're done with Speed Devils. That was the very underwhelming ending of, feel like, a month of terrible, terrible play. But now we get to do the fun stuff, right? Where does Speed Devils rank as the greatest game of all time? So obviously, this video 5 minutes ago, probably pretty down on the game, as you may guess. So, I mean, that's definitely going to impact the decision. But let me give it its due. Speed Devils has a really great premise, I feel. I like the idea that, yes, there is underground racing, but it's not just boring underground racing. It's also this gambling aspect where you can win cars and you can win, bonuses and money and all this stuff that you can use to then spend to improve your car, buy new cars, all that stuff. To me, it's a great in practice, on paper kind of situation. There's a lot of missteps, and I don't necessarily think it's just due to the Dreamcast limitation. I mean, granted, this was a 1999, 2000 release kind of situation, but the game seems trapped between where it wants to be as a racer. Does it want to be a arcade racer? Does it want to be a simulation racer? Does it want to be, Mario Kart? And it tries to put a foot in each of those pockets without ever committing, and ultimately that just then hurts the product to me. The courses themselves are, have elements of, whimsy, and it's like, oh, the T-Rex escaped in Hollywood, or there's a volcano erupting in Mexico with Quetzalcoatl, there's more grounded levels like, okay, Aspen, but there's Louisiana, and there's a tornado Louisiana, and there's all this like, hey, drive through all of these fun areas, which makes me think, oh, arcade racer. But then there's stuff that is against the arcade racing aspect of, you introduce me to all these cool fun cars with all these fun paint jobs, but I can only own 3, and there's never a point to own anything but the best. You're never going to go down and race like, I really want to race in my whatever, the SUV. I really want to race in it, because by the time you have enough money to get that, you've already moved on where that car is in fear. And oh, I really want to try out a new paint job. Well, you already bought a car. Your money's gone. But then when it gets farther and farther in the game, you get to a aspect of that requires perfection, like a simulation racer. Those courses in Class A, while I understand the end of the game, required a perfectionism that shouldn't be required in an arcade racer. Okay, you didn't hit this shortcut? All right, restart. Oh, your car hit a wall too hard and you slowed down and you have to kind of back up. Okay, well, just restart. There's so many moments where even with Nitro, you cannot recover the speed of the course, which is then it's just like, well, okay, if I have to take this super seriously, I have to slam on my brakes into every corner. I have to learn a course up and down. I have to know exactly when to turn, when, all the upcoming stuff. That's not an arcade racer. An arcade racer is, anyone can pick this up. You use speed bursts, you use, boosts, you smash into cars, all that kind of stuff. Like I said, just kind of fell in between. There's damage to cars, which is great. Every game should have car damage. But because it costs money to repair, and because it degrades your car while it's damaged, and in nighttime levels, it knocks out your headlights, making those levels even far more atrocious than normal, then that's a simulation. So it is what it is. I've calmed down since yesterday. If I would have, but it's still, it leaves a lot to desire. I will not want to ever play that championship mode again. I feel the game was flawed and broken in the standpoint of realistically, stay in Class D, keep doing the same 3-4 races, whatever it was, 100 times until you can buy the best car in the game, and then continue to play. Because if you make a mistake like I did, not knowing and going in and buying a moderately upgraded car because you're like, oh, I have whatever, $20,000, I want to get rid of the starter car and do this car because it's going to help me break more of the speed radars, and it's going to help me set a new faster time and all this kind of fun stuff. Then you move up in class and you realize, oh, I perpetually screwed myself. I have to start the whole game over, or I have to be content finishing in 4th place over and over and over and over and over again until I have enough money to buy a car that can compete. And that's just a really flawed system. If I didn't start over and spend all that time in Class D to buy the best car, there's no way I would have continued playing. It would have been far and beyond beatable, because I don't have there's not enough courses to have the patience to play the same 4, 5, 6, 700 times over again. But yeah, I think it's telling that there is not in the age that we live in, where everyone is doing retro video game reviews and everyone is playing games and there's speed runs available for every game under the sun. It's telling that there's nothing out there for Speed Devils. I looked, now that I've beaten the game, there is, go to everyone's favorite GameFAQs website, look at FAQs. There's one FAQ for Speed Devils, and that person gave up when they beat Class D. That kind of tells you what kind of game that is. They started an FAQ, they're like, I'm gonna write this, here's the courses, here's how, some radars, all this kind of stuff. And then they made the same mistake I did. If you read, they buy one car that's not the best car, and then all of a sudden they stopped writing that FAQ, left unfinished. I imagine they got to the same point I did, where they said, wow, buying the wrong car caused me to never want to play this game again. I will never finish this FAQ. And like I said, if you look on YouTube, nothing. There's a bunch of people who say, let's play Speed Devils, and they play 20 or 30 minutes of arcade mode. They point out some hilarious tracks. They laugh, they throw their hands in the air, and they say, what a great game, and then they never play it again. It's not a lot of people who have probably beaten. If this game had achievements of a more modern era, and one of them was beat championship mode, I would guess that it'd probably be like 15 people. But okay, enough rambling. Where does this stand on the board? Move this a little closer to the camera. Also trying to. So we have. I'm just going to focus on. It is not a top tier game. I'm going to skip all the way down to, it's 9, 10, 11 here. It's where it's going to go. We have Simpsons Road Rage. While one note and probably the same amount of courses, to be honest with you. So, Simpsons Road Rage at 9, Knowledge's Power at 10, 11 when Vikings attack. I think Simpsons Road Rage, the closest comparison to this game, because they're both racing games in a sense, both car driving games. Both incredibly repetitive. But you will have more fun with Simpsons Road Rage, even if it is a knockoff of Crazy Taxi, because while you'll play the same courses multiple times in order to get $1 million, there's at least a lot less pressure on that. You can try and do your best to get the most money. Okay, where does it stand? It is not better than Simpsons Road Rage. It's a parallel to the racing. Knowledge's Power is more fun, playing with friends. And when Vikings attack, while both incredibly repetitive and both incredibly long, and at some parts both difficult, the gimmick of when Vikings attack is more fun than Speed Devil's gimmick. Speed Devils has a great premise, but it just fails on execution. So I'm actually going to put this at number 12. The dead last spot on the list is going to belong to Speed Devils. And maybe it's recency. Maybe it's because I had so little fun yesterday trying to beat this game. It is what it is. Speed Devils is the least great video game of all time, according to this very, very scientific list. So, there you have it. We are done with Speed Devils. That is another game off our plate. We do not have to go to. We'll be back at some point where we will have our buddy back with us, and we will either be continuing to play Hybrid Heaven, or we will start up a new game, maybe something short, maybe we can beat in one turn. Other than that, I will try and do individual videos and get back to playing Ni no Kuni. Finish up the games that I started before he was loyal partner. But until then, thanks for joining. I apologize for watching Speed Devils. I apologize for me playing it and you having to watch it. But until, maybe there'll be a worse game out there in the world somewhere. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye.